Yay Media Group.
It was just like shocking. I wasn't ready for it. And they're like, so what do you think, Jeff? And I was totally blacked out. I was like on air, but I had no idea what we were talking about.
Hey guys, episode 120. So yesterday I had to take Lawson to lacrosse practice. Our schedules are just getting crazy right now. Recording you with your new job, all of that. And
You came out of this episode like a Jack in the Box.
What?
Like somebody was winding you up. You're like, hey, everybody, episode 120, I'm going to get ready to do it. Lawson.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, keep going. I love it.
Okay, so before I was interrupted,
I apologize.
Lawson was lacrosse. He was getting all his gear on, and I was going to walk him down to the field where his practice is. And he goes, "You don't have to walk me." I was like, You don't need me?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll just sit in the car. I'll be here waiting for you." But he's getting so big. And I was kind of sad about it. And then the other day, I gave him $20 to go to the book fair. And I was going to go with him. And then he goes, "No, Mom, don't take it the wrong way, but I don't need you there." He wants to go during recess because that's when the kids can go, like his friends. And I was like, oh, man, he doesn't need me anymore. He doesn't want me. He's like getting bigger.
How's that make you feel?
Kind of sad. Well, it made me go back to those sleepless nights when I was in the rocking chair, almost crying and stressed out and wishing for him to be 8 years old and being able to not have to get the baby carrier, to not have to feed it multiple times in the night, to not have to do like other things. And then I was like, today, I was like, I would go back to those sleepless nights, not looking so tired and being crabby and I wished it away, and wishing to go back to it, which I said I never would wish to go back to it.
Why are you thinking twice about having a third child?
Oh gosh, no. I am late on my period, but I have hope. I'm 4 days late on my period.
You know what's weird?
I have a period tracker. That's how I know. I do. And when I went to the ER, they did a pregnancy test and it was negative. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm good.
What do you mean a period tracker?
I have a period tracker that lets me know when my period's about to start. And I've been crampy and I'm getting super emotional about things like that.
How do they know it's you? Like, is it like a weather app?
Like on my Garmin watch.
Yeah. Oh, so it knows it's you?
And I type in when my last period was, and it's like a 28-day cycle. And then it'll tell me your period's coming. And then I've missed my period. So I'm a little late. But we got the IUD, but everybody said you can still get pregnant on an IUD.
Huh. Yeah. You know what's weird? I was just having that conversation.
That'd be a little stressful.
Holy.
We'd be pulling your parents. We'd totally be doing a Mary and Keith. Because your brother is 7 years older than you. Scott's 5. And then you were a little mistake.
Yeah,
your mom didn't think she could get pregnant.
Yeah, our kids are 8 and 6, so I came a little late, a little earlier. My brothers are 5 and 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Listen, I'm 46.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, that was some dead air. Anyways, I was having this conversation with somebody today, ironically enough, just a couple hours ago, and we were talking about kids, because I'm getting to know a lot of people at work and like their families and things. So they're like, "How old are your boys?" And I was like, "Oh, 8 and 6." And like, "Oh, they're still pretty young." They're like, "You want any more kids?" And I'm like, and I just said this like a couple hours ago. I was at a shoot and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I would have had another one, but my wife really wanted a girl. And if she wasn't like promised a girl or whatever, we didn't want to go for it. But I'm like, I was down for having one more, but I think that ship has sailed." And they're like, "Why? What do you mean?" I go, just the idea of like going to the airport or traveling or putting in that baby seat and like getting the baby in and out and going out to dinner. I'm like, and the stroller and packing that whole thing up. I'm like, just the thought of all that like makes me say like, we're done.
Yeah.
So woof.
I don't want any more, but I did, it would be, if it did happen when you have an IUD, then I would be like, it's totally meant to be. And then I'm going to get on to you about not getting fixed.
If you're, listen, nobody out there getting all excited because I don't know what's happening right now, but I think we're fine. Jordan,
Jeff's like, I just did 2 shoots. I started this new job. I'm really tired. We're recording this at night. And then you tell me you're 4 days late on your period.
do you know Jordan? So listen to this. When we had Leighton, our second child, we used to have crazy hours. We do a 10:30 to 11 show, a 12 to 1 live, a 1 to 2 live, and a 2 to 3 live. And then we do a 5:30 to 6 live. That's how many hours we did live when I started. And it was during that time when Jordan called me and I was between shows. And I think I ran out and, you kind of get in a groove and things like that. So we were on a commercial break or between shows or something like that. But I was in the hallway and I could still remember where I was in that hallway outside of our studio at Daily Blast Live. And Jordan calls me. I'm like, what's up? You keep calling me. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm about to go back on air. What do you mean you're pregnant? I'm like, I can't even talk right now. I'm like, I have to go. I'm like, why would you tell me that right now? And I had to go and I just ran into the studio. And I remember I don't even know what the story was. I was like, oh my God, I'm having another kid. And they're like, so what do you think, Jeff? And I was totally blacked out. I was like on air, but I had no idea what we were talking about because I was thinking about, we're having another baby. Like, it wasn't like I was stressed or I didn't want it. It was just like shocking. I wasn't ready for it. And then you told me 5 seconds later, I was on television. I was like, oh, I'd love to go back and find out what episode that was and like kind of my reaction and how I played it off. Because I remember someone's like, what's up? And I go, dude, Jordan just told me she's pregnant. Everyone's like, oh my God. It was like during a little package. And then they came back and like, they just left me alone because I was like, I'm like, my head's spinning over here.
I knew it. I was we've talked about this. I was at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a pregnant lady beside me on the treadmill. And I was like, I have a feeling I'm pregnant. And I was like, I don't know though. And I got off the treadmill and walked to the grocery store and left Lawson in the little daycare area that they had.
Yeah.
They have like, you check your kid in.
Yeah.
And they watch your kids so you could work out. And that's how I could always like get in a little break. And I walked to the grocery store and got a pregnancy test because that girl on the treadmill was beside me. And I was like, I know I'm pregnant. And took a pregnancy test and I was like, oh my goodness.
How do you feel right now?
I've been eating a lot of chips and salsa lately.
Are you serious right now? Is this real?
No, I got an IUD. I don't think I am.
Why, do you feel something weird?
No.
Why are you looking at me? Because maybe you shouldn't have told me this not on the podcast. You knew I just walked in the door from a long day.
No, I'm not. I just went on my pregnancy tracker today and I got cramps.
What is this thing? Now I don't like this app. What's going on?
It just tells you when your next period comes, and it's always accurate. And I always start my period right on that day. And right now I'm 4 days late. But I think it could be a hormonal thing. It could be stress. It could be something, and it's off a little bit. Now you want to think about a vasectomy?
If you're pregnant, I'll chop the whole thing off. It's over after that.
Well, I've been telling you to do it, and you didn't want to listen. I did my part. I got an IUD in, but you still can get pregnant.
I think we're blowing this out of proportion.
We probably are.
Yeah.
You still can, but I'm just saying, if it did happen, that is a very strong swimmer.
He's meant to be.
He's meant to be.
Or she.
Yeah, it's a he, for sure, because your family only produces boys.
All right. Well, listen, I think we got everyone
gears.
all worked up out there now. Listen, please take this with a grain of salt. This is the first I've ever heard of it. She's just a little late. I don't think it's anything to be concerned about or excited about. Yeah, you don't have like a taste for chicken salad, do you?
It's funny you said that the other day. I was there and I was going to pick up me and Lisa some chicken salad. It's so funny. And I've been eating a lot of chips and salsa. But
you always eat a lot of chips and salsa.
I know.
When Jordan was pregnant with Lawson, our first child, there was this place called Bristol Farms across the street. Oh my God. She ate a tub of chicken salad every single day.
I worked with a girl and I'll never forget. Like, she had like the most driest sense of humor. She would just make me laugh. And she was like, I would get up in the middle of the night. It would be midnight, and I would tell my husband, "You have to take me to the gas station because I have to smell gas." And she's like, "I just had to smell gas." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And she just always made me laugh.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird. I wonder what some other really weird.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of weird ones out there.
Yours was just chicken salad. Did you ever have a weird
Chicken salad, fruit and cottage cheese. I love fruit and cottage
I do
cheese. I
too.
would walk out of the salon and I'd go right across the street, and I craved, I don't know why, iced soy white mochas. And that's when I think I really started putting on the weight, because I would just crave it. I have no idea why. The soy, I liked the taste of it because it was kind of like sweet to me. And I would have those, and that was the three things. And then with Leighton, I feel like I was just more nauseous. I didn't really have anything super specific. I can't really think anymore.
But smelling gas in the middle of the night is a weird one.
Yeah, I'm sure other people have other ones. If you have one, write us in the comments.
Yeah, make us laugh a little bit. Again, we're going to take a break. Nobody start writing us congratulations and all that.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Stop. Why do you keep messing around with me? Are
I'm
you joking?
because you're freaking out.
I'm not freaking out, but it's like, all right, we're going to take a break. Togethermess is sponsored by BetterHelp.
If you listen to our podcast, you know I've struggled with anxiety, depression. I get panic attacks a lot, especially when I get super stressed. I was in the emergency room a couple weeks ago because I thought I was having a heart attack, but really it was a panic attack. But something like BetterHelp is so good for you because you can speak to a licensed therapist. If you feel like that therapist you're not vibing, you can choose a different therapist for no additional charge at any time. And I feel like it's easy to find. I like BetterHelp because it's nice to be able to find somebody that you like, that you can talk to, because all of our lives can be very stressful, and with kids and sports and a lot of things going on, it can trigger stress. It can trigger anxiety. And whenever you talk to someone, it does make you feel better.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people could relate. So I'm proud of you for admitting that and taking ownership of that, because no matter what your occupation is, no matter what your family status is, everybody has a problem,
right?
But not everybody has somebody to talk to. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. Lean on them. The stigma is going away from a therapist now. I think more and more people are open to talking to somebody, and it really, truly does get those problems off your chest, and it gets that weight off your shoulders, so to speak. So let's talk numbers. Traditionally, in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp online therapy, you could save on average up to 50% per session.
With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and time. Therapy should feel accessible, not a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Like I just talked about, your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform.
Having served over 5 million people globally, it's convenient too. It's convenient too. What? Stop.
It's convenient too.
Okay. Do you want to read that?
No, that's good.
It's convenient too. You can join a session.
What are you screaming at? This is better. You're supposed to be relaxed.
I'm not screaming.
It's convenient too.
You can join a session with the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. Another thing that I had mentioned, which is great about BetterHelp.
Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/Togethermess today to get 10% off your first month. You get the whole month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Togethermess, MESS.
Good job. Okay, next one.
Kind of love it.
Is AG1.
One of my favorite days of the year is daylight saving time. I know a lot of people don't like it because they lose that hour of sleep, but I enjoy the light in the evening so much more. Daylight savings time takes effect March 9th, and it's the perfect time to optimize your morning routine. Now that more sunlight is getting to you in the AM, that's exactly why I love daylight saving time.
AG1 helps me shake off the grogginess by giving me the energy I need. So every morning I do 4 ounces, put a little bit of vitamin D3 K2, shake it up. Sometimes if I have time or if I'm on the go, I take it with me. And it's just so easy to get all your vitamins at one time.
Yeah, we love it. You guys know we love it. And the days are getting longer, as I said, with daylight savings time, and spring is right around the corner. That means more activities. Our kids are in sports more. We're working more. We're outside more. Fresh energy and a great time to refresh your wellness routine and a great tasting daily health drink. We swear by it. We've been partnering with them for over a year now, and it's something we do every single morning.
And the travel packs are so awesome because with a lot of people traveling, spring break, things going on, they can keep you on your AG1 train and you stay on track.
Yeah, and we have recommended AG1 to so many of our friends just in our personal life that we kind of started our own AG1 community.
When it comes to our health, we want something that we can trust, and that's why we both choose AG1. With science-backed ingredients and real benefits, I can feel AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every day. And that's why we have been partnering with AG1 for so long. And AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You will get a welcome kit, a bottle of vitamin D3 K2, what I just mentioned, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/togetherness to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness to start your new year on a healthier note.
All right, welcome back. That was interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, switching gears.
Yeah, let's switch gears.
You know what my new favorite thing is to do? I just told you this the other day. I was trying to explain to my mom how to do it. I don't know why. I didn't know anything about Google Images, how if you find something, let's say you like on the internet, like a sweater, you just put that in the Google Images and then it pulls up either exactly what it is or it finds something similar, and normally Amazon pulls up. It is like my new favorite thing. I will spend hours just finding things. So there's this boutique I like, but the clothes are way too expensive for me to pay. Like this, they had this cute sweater, but it was $400 for just a sweater. So I'll screen grab what they post because they won't ever tell you where it's from because you could always find it cheaper.
Yeah.
And I always screen grab it, put it in Google Image and try to find it something similar or find the exact place where it's from, but cheaper. It's like, I feel like so good that I find something cheap.
There you go. I feel good about it too.
I know. It's like my new favorite thing. I mean, I don't wear like cheap. Well, look at me now. I got my pasty legs showing if you're watching.
With your boots on.
With my boots, yeah. And my high water pants. I love it. I'm cozy.
Yeah.
Speaking of cozy, I cannot wait. I know we talked about it last episode. I cannot wait to wrap up this recording and watch Traitors.
Well, that's where I was going to go. You just went off the rails with Google Image, and I'm still kind of shocked about the last segment. But yes, we're filming this on Thursday. Like I said, I had a really busy day. I'm not complaining at all. So happy to be back at work and doing things. Had a couple field shoots, and I just walked in the door, changed, and then we popped right on here. So we didn't really have a chance to even talk today about like our daily things and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very excited about Traitors finale, which is within an hour. We're filming this. So I know you're getting this on Monday. So we're not talking about Traitors on this episode, even though we kind of ended last episode with that. We'll be talking about it, I'm sure, on the next one and kind of hopefully get some of the players on here and get some people to talk to. But we're definitely gonna be talking about it in the next one.
Yeah. I hope, well, I feel like Dylan, he's really played the whole time. I feel like he deserves it. I don't know why. I feel like Brittany switched and wrote Danielle's name down. I feel like she did, but maybe they edited it and I fell for it.
Before
I can't wait for the
we
finale.
kind of went over all this on the last one. I don't want to keep repeating, but here's my hope when I watch it in an hour. I hope she did write Danielle's name down.
If she wants to win.
Not anything against Danielle at all. I'm just speaking strictly as a fan and game player. No disrespect to any. Don't think that. I'm looking just as a fan. If you are a game player and you got the stones to do that to someone who just brought you into their alliance and you thought you guys were really friends and you're like, man, I'm going to win this game and I don't care what anybody says. And then you give it back to them. I don't know. I just, as a viewer, that would be very interesting to witness. So if Brittany does that, shout out to you, Brittany. And I'm going to contact you to get you on the show.
Well, if you did that, I mean, you got a family. That's why you're there. You know, 250,000.
I know.
You got to think, listen, it's not personal. It's a game. You gotta do it.
But listen, to me, I think, here's the thing. There's two sides to this story. So Danielle has a family too. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like,
She's got grandkids. Yeah.
Right. So, but again, strictly as a fan, not knowing them, take all that, just being an impartial person. I like that move. Like, listen, I'm here to get the money and that's it. I'm here for my family and that's it. But now I think back in the day, like on the challenge, Johnny Bananas did that where they offered him and his partner and he took all the money. Then that one girl.
Different.
But not really.
Traitors, that's what it's about, is getting out a traitor. If you're working as a team and a partner, and then it's like, okay, do you and your partner want to split it or one person take it all? That's dirty.
But here, that's what I'm trying to get into, like the psychological part of the whole thing. So do you do that? Can you live with yourself, right? And be like, listen, I don't care what that person thinks about me. I'll never be their friend, but now I'm whatever their prize money. What is the prize money? 175,000 or something? 200,000?
I think it's like 250,000.
Oh, is it?
I think.
Okay, whatever the prize money is that worth your character, so to speak? Also, you're going to face backlash the rest of your life. I mean, if you say the wrong word from 20 years ago, trust me, you're going to get backlash. But if you do that, that's what you're going to be remembered for the rest of your life. So is that money, whatever, 100, 200, 500,000, is that worth it? Is that worth it?
I think it's two different things. For me, if it was the challenge and I had a partner, let's say you and I didn't know each other and we were partners, no matter what, even if I didn't like you, I would split it because we came in as a team and we were partners together. Traitors.
But that's not how the challenge works. You're kind of partnered up with them. It's not Amazing Race, you know?
I just couldn't do that. I feel like we were doing challenges together and that's what it was about. Now, Traitors is an individual game and the point is to get out a traitor. And if you make it in that top 5, you got to worry about yourself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum Brittany was faced with, and I wonder which direction she went.
I mean, I would think because she's a game player, she would get her out, not personal reasons, as a game move because she has a family.
See, I don't know. I look at myself as a person, you know, you hear me say like, man, I don't care. I'll do whatever and like blah, blah, blah.
But when you're there.
Yeah, when you're in those shoes, it's something like, man, I can't do that. Even though I hate that person, I don't want my character's worth more than the money to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it would be situational. I guess it'd have to be situational and see where I was, how I was treated during the game, what I thought. Maybe it was a good move. You're going to go out anyway. You're going to go out solo. Don't bring me down with you. I think the biggest thing is if you're doing those shows, you can't take anything personal with you. But nowadays, everything is personal. Everything is. If you vote somebody out, people online are going to say, what XYZ? You know, it does everything right now.
Trust me, Big Brother people do not online. Do not let go of things. Yeah, I know. I definitely know. If you said something, they would come at you for a long time. Anyways, sometimes I feel like reality stuff, it can be a blessing or a curse.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick little break. Let's come back and do some Dear Crabbies or take some questions and have some fun. Let's laugh a little bit.
Okay. When it comes to cooking, I have this problem. I actually hate cooking, and I think it's so...
The problem is cooking itself.
Exactly. And it's preparing what meals you're going to have for the whole week. I just had this conversation with my mom, and my mom's newly married, and her new husband told her, he goes, "You just don't cook at all?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Well, that's exactly where I get it from."
That's right. But I enjoy going to the market. I sound like I'm 150 years old, and I enjoy cooking. But sometimes with my new busy schedule, I don't have time to cook. And that's where Hungry Root comes into play. This was made for Jordan.
They make it easy to eat high quality, nutritious food and achieve any diet or health goals by tailoring recipes to a variety of lifestyles, from anti-inflammatory to gut-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, high protein, and more. Jeff's the high protein, and I think I'm leaning towards gluten these days.
Yeah, but just to sum it up, Hungry Root is like having a personal nutritionist. They take care of the stressful meal planning each week by recommending delicious recipes tailored to your taste. Just like Jordan said, I'm more of the protein guy. You're more of the
gluten.
There you go. And they have nutritional preferences and your health goals all mixed into one.
Planning meals and cooking really can be simple and stress-free. I have to tell myself that. Just tell them about your goals and preferences, and they'll fill your cart with personalized recommendations that get smarter as they learn more about what you like and what you didn't like.
Just in case you still have excuses of why you can't cook, just like Jordan, all Hungry Roots recipes can be made in just 15 minutes, Jordan, or less. And with over 1,500 recipes shipped each week, there's something for every taste and nutritional preference. Does that change your mind?
You're going to love Hungry Root.
You didn't answer my question.
Oh, what?
Does that change your mind?
Yes, it does. Easy. I need easy
Say
recipes.
yes, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
So does that change your mind?
Yes, I will give it a try.
You're going to love Hungry Root as much as we do. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box. Plus, get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/togetherness and use code Togethermess. That's MESS. That's hungryroot.com/togetherness. Code Togethermess to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. That's right. hungryroot.com/togetherness, code Togethermess, MESS.
Welcome back. We are going to do some Dear Crabbies and laugh a little. So here we go. Kylie. Hey, Jeff and Jordan. First off, love you both. I need some help and would love your opinions, advice on an area of my life I am struggling in. I am someone that avoids conflict at all costs. It makes me uncomfortable, and I feel like I never say the right thing in the moment. I need to address my boss about a raise we had previously discussed last year that has not come through. How do I do this without backing out or just say, don't worry about it and everything's okay? Help, please.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I said come back and laugh a little.
I know, this is serious.
Like serious.
Yeah, this is serious, but I like it a little bit. Who was that, Julie?
Kylie.
Sorry, Kylie. Kylie, you know what? I think there's something to be said. You sound like a really sweet person just from that message, and that you're so concerned about not ruffling feathers and just kind of going with the flow. I think there's something to be said about standing up for yourself. Take this with a grain of salt, because what I'm saying is you seem very easygoing and non-confrontational. If you're that type of person, you probably need to stand up for yourself a little bit more. There's people out there that stand up for themselves way too much, and they're way overbearing and they're too much to handle. Don't be that person. Everyone knows who those people are except for those people. But you seem like a very sweet person. And I think if you just kind of get a game plan in your head and talk to your boss and kind of not be demanding, but kind of just represent yourself and say, hey, listen, I've worked here X amount of years. You promised me this raise, what it said in there, right? She was promised a raise.
Yeah, a year ago.
And I would just be kind of forthcoming and assertive about it. And I know it's scary and I know it's intimidating, but I think there would be the bar of respect would be raised a little bit for both of you. Even in your bosses, I would say like, wow, Kylie's really stepped up. And as long as you're not rude or like demanding or giving any ultimatums, I think that's a conversation that definitely needs to be had.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is just ask. I asked.
I took like a 5-minute answer. You're like, the best thing to do is just ask.
I asked Jeff's boss one time.
See, yeah, she did.
I go, Jeff, we're about that. I was super hormonal, pregnant, And I was very agitated, and we were looking for a house. And I went to Jeff's boss. I went in his office. I was like, Jeff needs a raise. And he was like, what? And then Jeff goes,
I can't believe she said that. See, Kylie, we're both kind of the same person.
it was Bert, the one that was here. I went to Bert and I was like, Jeff needs a raise. And I think it was just more, people are going to attack me on this and be
they're
like, so
not.
rude. But, like
Bert
I said,
laughs
I
about
was
it.
super pregnant, but I think Bert loves me and respects me because he's just like, who in their right mind wife goes in their
because he loves you. And he, by the way, Bert, shout out to my old boss, Bert. We talked today on my way home from work. He checks in on me. He watches the new show. And by the way, if you guys want to watch the new show, I just thought about it. There's a Fox 31 app. A lot of people have been asking, how do I watch the show? Because it's Colorado local. It's Colorado, only here. And it's called Great Day Colorado. And if you download the Fox 31 app, it's Fox 31. And I think it's here, let me make sure I got the right app because I want people to listen. And now my parents just watched from Chicago. So it works. So it's Fox 31 and KWGN. If you watch that, it's 9:00 here Mountain Time. So you got to catch it live, but you could watch it live through that app. I just wanted to plug that a little bit. It's called Great Day Colorado.
So many people ask. But
yeah. So he was asking how it goes, gave me a couple tips. And like we said, my co-host, Denise Plant, is amazing. So check it out and tell me what you think.
Did he give one of the tips that I said?
He did.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I knew Bert. See? Bert, I know.
Yeah, he did.
Bert listens. Okay.
But anyway, Kylie, stand up for yourself in a nice way. I think you're going to get that raise and let us know how it plays out. Seriously.
Yeah. Okay, Megan, hi there. Congratulations on the merch launch. Can't wait to get a hold of my Tumblr. Thank you, Megan, and thank you anybody who has purchased Togethermess merch.
Yes.
I feel like I most relate to your parenting styles and appreciate your openness. What is one way you teach your boys responsibility with not only objects, but the value of $1? I have a little guy. I want to make sure he gets older and learns about this, but not sure if it's through chores and or allowance, schoolwork, sports, etc. Thank you both for giving us an escape this week. Thank you, Megan, for your question. Lawson right now in school is learning about money and exchange. I feel like we're actually there right now. I'll give an example. I was cleaning the other day and Leighton had $1 that was got ripped. He threw it in the trash. And I was like, what is this $1 doing in there? At first I thought it was fake. And then I was like, wait, this is $1. And I taped it back up and I told the boys, I said, do not throw away money. It was from their piggy bank.
That's why
he had it in his room.
That's why I want him you just made him a piggy bank that could open up. A piggy bank is supposed to be, you put it in there and they can't get it out because they don't understand.
That piggy bank that is in there, your mom and dad bought it for Lawson when he was born.
You just made him a treasure chest that opens up and he puts his money in there.
No, he just got that like 2 days ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he has no money in there.
Yes, he did. He just put $5 in there from the Tooth Fairies.
Lawson gave him $5 of Lawson's
piggy
bank.
Sorry, Megan. We're having the same problem over here.
But I have been, because Lawson doesn't really understand because he wanted more money for the book fair. And I said, no, I'm not giving you any more money. I already gave you money for the book fair. And he goes, but I want something else. I go, well, you already got something. And he goes, well, Mom, the bank is just right down the street. You can't just go to the bank. He doesn't understand that. He thinks that everybody just goes to the bank and gets money, that we don't have accounts. He doesn't really understand that. Yeah. I know. And I'm trying to explain that to him that it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no. I feel like you need a lesson too, and sometimes.
No, I don't. Trust me, I am good. 6 months of you not having a job, you should be proud of me.
I'm just joking. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's something, they watch these YouTube videos and they see Mr. Beast or whatever. And they're always throwing around.
Podcasters, YouTubers, I'm sorry.
They're always throwing around money and driving these crazy cars and stuff. And so they think that's how life works. So when I come home and for some reason, the other day, Lawson's like, let me see your watch, Dad. He goes, how much does that cost? I go, what do you mean, how much does that cost? I go, don't worry about that stuff, how much things cost. And he's starting to put a value of things. How come you don't get a Lamborghini? I'm like, what are you watching? A Lamborghini? I'm like, I don't.
These young boys.
Yeah. And I'm like, I would never get that car anyway. I'm like, listen, you have to understand, don't be a show off. So we're going to obviously teach them money and things like that they'll learn in school. But more than anything, I don't want my kids to be a show off. teach them mostly about respect. I know I have to teach them about money, but when they ask me like, how much does this cost? Or what does that cost? I kind of get, I don't like it. And I'm like, don't worry about that. And don't talk like that either. I don't like show offs. I don't like them worrying about how much things cost. And because if they get that kind of material aspect towards people,
by the time they're in high school,
right? And everything's like, oh, this person's poor and gross. Like, what did you just say? I'd get so pissed like about that. So I don't want them having that attitude whatsoever and thinking if someone does have a nice car or a nice anything that they're better than other people. That's not what we teach our kids in this house.
Or if Lawson wants, like he wanted V-Bucks the other day, he's like, can I fold the laundry so I can get V-Bucks? But y'all know if you follow my Instagram, I had a bad experience with V-Bucks and I lost money from it, and they make you go through hoops. Do not buy V-Bucks because sometimes it doesn't work and you paid money for it and you won't get your money back. But I try to teach them, but they're still young. They don't really get it right yet.
All right, let's do sneak in one more and then we'll get out of here. This is a long episode about talking about nothing. And in next episode, we got to clear up this whole baby thing.
Am I the asshole?
Oh, I love these.
Because we don't have any more Dear Crabbies. Am I the asshole for not passing it on at the food court? I was standing in a long line at the food court waiting to get a popcorn refill, and the gentleman ahead of me gave me his order, then said, and whatever he wants, directing his generous smile my way. I immediately protested, "Sir, you don't need to pay for mine." But he said he wanted to, and I didn't want it to be a thing. So I thanked him. Then he looked at me in the eye and expectantly said, "Pass it on." He smiled again and looked at the long line behind me before turning to get his order. I got my refill of popcorn and said thank you again, and he looked so disappointed that I left instead of saying, "I'll pass it on to the guy behind me." And he stopped me and seriously said, "Make sure you pass it on someday." I thanked him again and escaped. But I came for the cheapest thing on the menu. Popcorn is like $2, and there was a large family behind me, and most people were coming in big groups for alcohol. So I will pay it forward sometime, and I definitely have in the past, but I didn't play along in the moment, and I could tell that man felt his grand gesture was wasted. So am I the asshole?
No, no, you're not. I'm going to tell you right away. Okay, so
no, you're not.
That's interesting.
Pay it forward another day. Get coffee or something.
Exactly. Don't let somebody peer pressure you into doing anything. I hate that mob mentality and that high school gang mentality when one person thinks this way, we all have to think that way. Of course, be a good person and pass it on. But do it. If you can't afford that, you can expect someone else to go ahead and buy a whole family meals or, hey, whatever the person is having me in life. No, you can't do that. Some people work paycheck to paycheck. They work really hard for their money, and they could do it by, if you could give someone else a hug, that's paying it forward. You know what I mean? Do it within your means, and don't let anyone make you feel less than, even if it's coming from a nice place and a nice gesture. Don't be peer pressured into anything. I don't know why. That kind of upsets me. I don't like that. Why did I get pissed about it?
I don't know, because it has to deal with money.
It's just, it's just popcorn. But I'd be like, dude, get out of my face. First of all, this is a refill. Okay, I understand you're trying to do something new or good for somebody.
If you're gonna buy somebody something, you don't expect them to do it because you don't know their financial situation.
Right. It's like being like at a charity event and like, aren't you gonna bid on this?
But I mean, if you were at like McDonald's or something, or
buy a hamburger for a guy in a corner that's hanging out there or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I agree.
Oh, I don't know why that got me worked up.
Read your
let's
positive
positive
quote.
Positive. I don't know why that popcorn story got me all fired up. Bossing me into buying someone else something. All right.
That really triggered something.
I don't know why. I don't like that. You're by yourself. She probably felt really uncomfortable and the guy was being intimidating. I don't like it. All right, here we go. Let's end on something positive. Today is an equal opportunity employer. Each human being has exactly the same number of hours and minutes every day. Rich people can't buy more hours. Scientists can't invent new minutes, and you can't save time to spend it on another day. Even so, time is amazingly fair and forgiving. No matter how much time we've wasted in the past, you still have an entire tomorrow. Dennis Waitley.
You do the same thing I do. When I read, I have to like use my hands like this, like beat to the word or I'll mess up my reading.
God. You know, I just noticed that because I'm back on the prompter and I have to like,
Have
my
your
hands are all over the place.
Yeah, I have to do that when I'm reading. If y'all notice, I do that with my reading so I don't mess it up.
That's so weird. You mentioned that. And I was doing it right now because I just started doing it like with the prompter. So I look like weird. I look like E.T. All right, let's get out of here. This is
All
a
right,
long
thank
one.
you for tuning in, subscribing, downloading. We are going to watch Traitors right now. I hope your person wins that you're rooting for. And we will see you guys next time. Bye. Get your Togethermess merch. Just like plug that in. Togethermessmerch.com.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye. Yay Media Group.